officials are Mike for sound. And Johns Hopkins the top seed in the home whites and the light blue shorts. Kyle Harrison has won yet another draw. He was one of the all-time great face-off men in Hopkins history. Undefeated team at 14-0. Kevin O'Leary, Brian Abbott, Jim Lussinger are the officials today for us. And they have wireless microphones, so a new aspect to our lacrosse coverage here on ESPN2. We heard some great field level sounds. Harrison shot, first of the game. When he scores the first goal, Hopkins in his career, 15-0. It happened last week, quarterfinals against UMass. Rabel, the right-hand cradle. Harrison, their leader. We talked with Kyle yesterday. He really has embraced the role of being looked at as the top player in the game. Call for the long stick for Virginia. He's one of the best. 36 in the dark uniform, scoops up the ground ball. And out come the Cavaliers. First possession of the game for them. J.J. Morrissey, former hockey star up in Massachusetts, and a D-Mitty with a short stick helped bring it in for Dom Starja and the Cavs.
Round razor!
Virginia's led by Matt Ward. That is 45 points. John Christmas, 2 in the dark jersey. A very impressive attackman. Coming off a sports hernia injury last year, as Janine talked about, part of a miserable 2004 for the Cavaliers. Just about everything went wrong, health-wise, on and off the field for them. Here's Christmas, trying to regain some of that incredible quickness he once had. Ward, the right-hand cradle, as the Cavaliers try to make an impact first possession. Quick stick try. Schwartzman up to the task. Matt Poske, big number 7, had a tremendous game last week against Navy. What a young talent he is.
Hopkins shutting off Matt Ward. And now Ward has a matchup superiority here over field, so look for a quick double team.
A lot of contact behind the cage. Goalie Jesse Schwartzman trying to help. Whistle. Play on holding call against Johns Hopkins. The close defense has been so spectacular the last couple of years for Dave Petronella. Greg Raymond out there, long stick, defensive media senior. Chris Watson, Tom Garvey, Matt Pino. Close defense. 3 of the best the game has ever known. Their next challenge, shutting down guys like this. Kyle Dixon, 11 in the dark jersey. Big attackman. Poske thought about a shot. Ward with it. Watson. Great defensive play to poke it loose. Matt Ward regains. Sharp angle. Ward trying to refine the ball just behind the cage. Big hit, a lot of contact. And a turnover. Raymond gets physical.
Greg Raymond, key matchup for today for him is Kyle Dixon, 6'4". Had a great game last week in the quarterfinals against Navy. And Raymond will be tested. Dixon is such a trigger man for Virginia, isolating from up top.
Here's Benson Irwin, right-hand cradle. Here's from Baltimore Friends High School, the same high school as Kyle Harrison.
Look at Virginia extending their defense. Look at the way they pressure the ball. They're the fastest defense in the nation. They step out and play it. Conversely, Hopkins' defense is a very soft defense. They pack it in nice and tight. This is Virginia's equivalent to like a UNLV basketball. Just get out in your face, work for the takeaway check. Look at the way they press their matchups.
Hopkins patient with the ball. Looking for the game's first goal, national semifinal. Which team joins Duke in the championship game Monday, high noon on ESPN. Here's Joe Malo. Coming back from a hamstring problem, charging in. Turner a piece of it. And closest to it is Greg Pizer.
Key matchup when Johns Hopkins has the ball. Steve Holmes, the captain, the lefty. What a great hitter he is. His game will have to be on point today. Kyle Harrison, known for his speed, known for his agility and his quickness.
Malo, senior from Denver, Colorado. Charging in, shot. Got some pipe.
Rattled the iron, you could hear it.
Ground ball loose near midfield. This is an open field scrum, folks. One of the most exciting aspects of lacrosse. Anyone's ball. Who's going to grab it? Huntley trying to find the handle. Finally, Steven Pizer, younger of the two Pizer brothers, comes away with it. Here's Lesor charging in, trying to roll it. 5-hole on Turner. And it's gobbled up by the UVA goalie. Outlet pass a little too far for Will Barrel, the D-Mitty. And it's out of bounds, and Hopkins gets it back.
One of our keys, and we'll show you those keys in a couple seconds, are the ground ball war today. Virginia is the more athletic team. And you see the pressure they put on the ground ball. That time it was Hopkins who came up with the loose ball, and those are the little wars that are going to determine who wins this ball game.
Nice front. Nice side.
Hopkins, offensive end.
Ball's right behind, we're hot. Nice side, we're red.
Hear that field level audio we've got for you. Plenty of communication between Kip Turner, UVA goalie, to go for the great Tillman Johnson.
UVA bumping 3 long poles up to cover this first midfield unit. Now each defense has 4 long sticks. 3 of them are covering midfielders. The other one is down below covering Huntley. So they're putting a short stick on Lesor and another short on Jake Byrne.
What a spectacular young player as well. Sophomore from Potomac, Maryland, and the team's jokester. All you have to do is open up the media guide and see what Jake Byrne was wearing. Pretty silly suit, a lot of stripes. In front they go. UVA scoops at the ground ball. Again, open field hitting. And finally, Culver with a long stick for Virginia. Great outlet pass.
Huntley lost the ball, he lost his stick. Button your chin strap there, young freshman. This game's gonna be played at a little faster speed than maybe you're accustomed to.
A little too tall for Christmas to grab, and another turnover against Virginia. They've had a couple here in the first quarter.
55% save percentage. As I said earlier, regular season game, Turner was not sharp. Got to stop the Hopkins runs. Typically this year, Hopkins goes on 3- and 4-goal runs because they're so strong at the face-off X. On the last key, win the ground ball war. Make this an athletic contest where your bigger, faster, stronger athletes can really succeed.
Rokowski recovering from the torn ACL, suffering in fall ball. 9 on the white jersey, still has that wrap on the left leg. And tells us he's as close to 100% as he's been since the injury. Great game last week. Lesor tried to get loose, again broken up.
Turner's got 2 saves already. He's almost to the halfway point of what he had in the March matchup against the Blue Jays. So good start for Kip Turner.
Some help from Ricky Smith as well with a long stick. Culver got fancy with that pass, was lucky. It was grabbed there in midair by his teammate Drew Thompson.
And watching Virginia on tape and talking to their coach Tom Starsia, great guy to talk to. We love talking to Coach Starsia. They don't have many midfielders. Their depth, because of the injury to Hunter Cass, is just not there. So you're going to see a lot of the same faces on offense for Virginia today. They're only going to go about 6, 7, or 8 deep.
Kyle Dixon cranks, that goes wide. Hunter Cass hurt last week. Blew out a knee, unfortunately for him. And the quarterfinal win against Navy has surgery scheduled in a few weeks when the swelling goes down. Lost for the semifinals. Christmas. He has lost tremendous quickness, but says he's become a better player. Did not elect to have the surgery on that sports hernia, as some other Virginia athletes did. Let it heal on its own. Tom Starsia says at one point it looked like John Christmas was shot out of a cannon. He was so quick. Hasn't found that elusiveness, but has matured as a player.
Yeah, not as fast. This year his passing skills have really been impressive to me, and you'll see him run some midfield today. That last dodge, he just turned his back to the defense and sat there. You can't be a stationary target as a ball carrier in lacrosse. You'll just get swarmed.
Dixon, cross-field pass, broken up. Again, an outstanding defense for Hopkins, does its job. It was Garvey, made the intercept. Now it's Harrison. Kyle, so elusive.
He wants to create. He will most likely be the #1 selection in Major League Lacrosse's draft next week. New Jersey, the Pride, they have the first pick. They said, hey, we're going after Kyle Harrison. I know there's a lot of fans in Baltimore that wish they could see Kyle play after graduating. He can do it all. Great example. of his defense and his clearing ability right there.
Still scoreless. Nearly 9 minutes in, first quarter from Philadelphia. Virginia's got to be tickled with the pace of this game. And the fact that Turner has stood tall, a couple of big saves. Malo, top of the box, tries to create again. Pizer mishandled the pass for a moment. Older brother, Greg Pizer. Cross-field pass way too high. Was it tipped first? No, it was. Deflected by Virginia. Hopkins keeps it.
Keys for Hopkins, the seniors keep the swagger, and I think there it comes down to poise and composure. Somewhere in this game, things are going to spiral a little bit out of control, and it's the seniors who have to control the rest of the players. 40 shots. They only put 14 shots on goal during the regular season meeting. And stop transition. Get to the hole defensively off of any turnover in your offensive zone, because Virginia can really sting you with their speed.
Pizer gets free, sharp angle shot. Turner a piece of that.
Never really saw it.
Too. Yeah, he went right off the helmet, looked like. Bounced all the way to midfield.
Dropped his hands and took that one off the grill.
Malo charging, tries to go low to high, missed the target. Good backup try by Turner. He's got 4 saves already in his first quarter. Kip has been sharp.
Second midfield here, both Pizers, Greg and Steve, and Malo. Pizer started this season on first midfield.
Rob Bateman, 43, dark jersey. Penn State transferred, All-American there. And a play on push call will go against Hopkins, and Virginia gets a chance here. On a clear. Turner, nice outlet pass. Graham Rubier, the freshman, is overcoming incredible car accident and ensuing surgeries. Showed us his arm yesterday. He's pretty badly injured. Rolled over an SUV while he was in high school, September of his senior year. Compound fracture. Infections to follow and surgeries, but he's bounced all the way back. Ward shot. Schwartzman goes low to make a nice save on Matt Ward. Bounding ball. And nice hustle by Virginia. Cass will keep it.
This is the little wrinkle Virginia's showing because of the injury to Hunter Cass. Riley comes in the game. You've got John Christmas right there playing midfield right now. And Brendan Gill, number 17, comes in down below. But the assist for Christmas, that's really a wrinkle. Now he has 56 career assists, 19 of those this year. So he's really improved his overall game this year.
Gill feeding up top. Had it broken up. And Hopkins again on the move. Benson Irwin, the senior. Incredible story with Benson as well. Born with some deficiencies in his eyes. Had to have multiple surgeries, 3 operations as a youngster. Wow. Hold call on Hopkins' offensive end. Virginia gets it back.
That call made off ball. You take a look at our officials. Kevin O'Leary leading this crew. Brian Abbott, Jim Luxinger, Tom Hollands, the alternate. Kevin O'Leary is known as a referee who can take control of the game. He reffed our UMass Syracuse game at Garber Field this year when people felt that game could turn ugly. And that game was extremely intense and chippy. And he was the guy the NCAA assigned because they know he can take control of a game.
Christmas, some initial trouble with the handle off for Rubier. Rubier telling us yesterday, range of motion in his arm that was affected by the car accident and the surgery is a little bit limited. Beyond that, feels pretty healthy. Christmas bounce shot, well wide of Schwartzman, backed up nicely by the freshman Rubier.
Christmas being covered by Tom Garvey. And Matt Ward had 4 goals in the regular season game when these two teams met. So, talking to Coach Petramalo yesterday, he said, hey, Matt Ward is assignment 1A.
Christmas open, backdoor cut, couldn't find him though, picked off by Hopkins. And the Jays out running again.
Let him cut. Up behind me.
That field helps sprint that into the offensive end. Just over 2.5 to go. First quarter still scoreless. An absolute shock. The top-seeded Blue Jays have had some pretty good looks at Turner. Haven't converted yet.
To me, Virginia's defense is highly underrated. They've got a bunch of poles who can absolutely play. Michael Culver, Ricky Smith, the checker, number 3, and Steve Holmes, 24. Then you throw in a guy like Rob Bateman, transfer from Penn State, and this is an explosive unit on defense.
Rabel, the freshman. Incredibly enough, was born 85% deaf in 1 year. Amazing story, too. Has to pick certain spots in the classroom at Johns Hopkins so he can hear the professor.
Under two.
So many athletes have overcome so much, like Rakowski in the ACL. And earned their trip through incredible hard work to the national semifinals. Here they are.
Thinking about it.
Harrison and Rabel.
Thinking about it.
Just over 90 ticks left, melting first quarter clock from Philly. Duke has won already.
Hopkins may be warned for stalling here in a second. They're not really attacking the goal. And I don't think it's out of their intent. I just think Virginia's stifling everything they're trying to do. Someone's got to run by their man. And right now, Will Barrow's going to dig in for Virginia and try to stop Lesor.
Peter Lesor charges, shot. Turn another piece of that, backed up nicely by Hopkins.
No way, stand still. Get on the end line.
That's Kevin O'Leary, as I said. He's no nonsense. He will take control of the ballgame.
Jake Byrne, another sharp angle, and one more time. Turner, a great save. Out of the cage he goes and scoops it out of bounds. So Hopkins will keep it 5 saves for Kip Turner. With 56 seconds left in the corner. Officials are now taking the warning off in terms of keeping the ball in the box to avoid that delay of game call.
Coach Starger, 3 unforced errors now, which is just leading to some Hopkins possessions. They're not getting quality shots.
Let's go. No warning. No warning. No warning.
Okay, guys, we got you. We got you. No warning.
Lesor. Here's Huntley. Winds another shot low and high. One more time. It's Turner. 6th save of this quarter. Makes a brilliant stop. Will Barrow some speed. Through midfield. Just over 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Last time these teams met in March. Hopkins a 3-0 lead. After one quarter over Virginia. Finished up with a 9-7 win at Homewood Field in Baltimore. So
they had a 3-0 lead before Kip Turner even made a save.
That's right.
Today, different story. Turner's on fire. 6 saves already.
10 shots so far for Hopkins. Rubier triggers play. Farrell stays in the field. Bounce shot missed the target. With Posque in front. Just 3 seconons left in the quarter. And getting our second semifinal from Philadelphia. Duke has won already. Blue Devils a convincing victory over Maryland. First of our 2 games, 18-9. Blew the Terps out. Try the quick stick play, and it will not work for Virginia to finish up 15 minutes. A scoreless first quarter. Very unusual. But Dom Starger's got to like the pace. Ball control when his team has had some opportunities. Trying to cash in, but no one has been able to yet. We've had physical play. Benson Irwin slammed Rubier. Hopkins and the Harrison fans are out in Philly today.
A lot of hours he's put into getting into game shape. Small town kid from a no-name high school in New Jersey.
Unsettled right off the draw on a big shot. Byrne denied by Kip Turner again.
You know, in game number 1, we saw a goalie get off to a shaky start. It was Harry Alford. And if that wasn't a dominating storyline of that game, I don't know what was. Conversely, here it's Kip Turner. Sharp as attack.
7 saves already for Turner in this first half. Battle along the end line is won by Hopkins on that ground ball. Here comes Irwin. He grew up in the shadows of Homewood Field. Benson Irwin went to games as a kid, could see the lights from Homewood from his bedroom growing up in Baltimore. Best buddies with Kyle Harrison, roommates for several years on campus. Unbelievable story, overcoming his eye issues. Doctors told him at one point, you probably won't play a fast-paced game like lacrosse.
They encouraged him to play golf where the ball doesn't move. Although sometimes when I play,
he made the right choice.
Seems like it does.
Me too.
Man, a few words, Benson Irwin is. Harrison gets all the hype, but I think Benson Irwin is as valuable to this team as his friend number 18.
His friend from Friends High School in Baltimore. Here's Harrison, left-hand cradle, looking for the icebreaker today in this national semifinal. No goals yet. Kyle's free, quick shot, Turner again is sharp. Makes a big save. Huntley, a great backup.
Great hustle. It's been all about defense. Schwartzman taking it off the shoulder, the big hit. Rubior. Nice save by Kip Turner. Again, almost a carbon copy of what you saw Schwartzman do, and Kip Turner is feeling it. Just look at his body language off that save. When a goalie rises up on his toes after catching it cleanly, you're in for a long day. And for Coach Petramala, it's been a long time between scoreless periods.
Wow, how about that? 1971, the NCAA tournament started in Lacrosse. Hopkins has been in 34 straight. They missed the first one, have been in every one since. That's a record. And we have some more history. First ever scoreless first quarter in tourney history. Unbelievable.
Thought this would be a low-scoring game. Both teams, no, not this low. Both teams can really defend.
Dixon trying to get free, changed all that, cannot, a bounce shot. And Jesse Schwartzman talking to his defense, making sure Matt Pino's in the right spot.
You know, last week I thought Navy really slid up field and double-teamed Kyle Dixon. He had 3 assists. You know, he's getting doubled, and then he's showing his great vision. Today, he needs to isolate more for himself.
Christmas had that broken up last second, tried to scoop that toward the net. Garvey and Hopkins guilty of the play on push. Virginia keeps it.
Here's the loose ball push right there. Garvey looking like he made a play on that ball and just caught Christmas down around the shins. Good ground ball players in lacrosse who constantly have cuts and abrasions and bruises on their shins. Because you put your nose down and scoop that ball, you're going to get checked, usually on your wrists. And when they miss, you're getting it right on the shins.
I imagine that hurts.
Yes.
Elbow pads, gloves, obviously shoulder pads, but knees and shins, your feet fully exposed. We're trying to get free. Bounce shot from Matt Ward, again over the target. And we spoke with Jesse Schwartzman yesterday after the Hopkins practice, the Johns Hopkins goalie, about the bounces you'll get on this sort of hybrid turf. It is grass on top, but some artificial flavor underneath. So a little bit of a mix here to allow the stadium personnel to grow grass in the wintertime during the Eagles season. Raymond, great strip. And Jesse was a bit concerned about the bounces. So far, he's been up to the task. Greg Raymond, the senior from Corning, New York.
Excellent hustle by Dixon. Running Raymond down.
Near disaster, Turner was well out of the cage, behind the net. Made a risky play. It paid off. Unsettled, who's got it? Finally, it comes away to Pinot again. Here's Benson Irwin. Who is so soft-spoken and so shy. When the Hopkins coaches were recruiting him, they addressed him as Irwin Benson for a couple of months, and he never corrected them. Didn't say Coach, it's Benson Irwin, by the way. He's that polite and considered a person.
I remember watching him play in high school. He played midfield. He played with a long pole when they had on defense. He played on man up, and he played on man down. He was on the field. He and Kyle Harrison had friends in Baltimore. They were on the field 90% of the time.
Apollo did not play against Marist College in the NCAA opener because of a hamstring pull. Came back against UMass, though. Working the ball down low again. Virginia up to the task. Their slide beautiful on LeSueur. Plenty of contact, and Peter couldn't even pull the trigger.
It was Culver. It was Culver. Maybe their best all-around defender. He held Joe Walters to 1 goal and then 1 assist in 2 matchups this year. He held first-team All-American Jed Prosner of Carolina to only 1 goal. So Culver can play some serious D.
Virginia's offside as Culver charged across the line.
It's about the 5th unforced turnover by Virginia, leading to extra. There it is. Look at it. 12 turnovers. 5th unforced. Another. Of course, the other team's going to contribute a little, but just a couple sloppy passes, mental mistakes.
Huntley and Byrne play catch. Huntley had the big game the last time these teams met. 3 goals in the 4th quarter. Greg Pizer can't find the handle. His younger brother Stephen are stars in his Hopkins team. Malo takes it back.
Who can beat their man right now? These Virginia D guys are getting out, playing the ball aggressively, and nobody in a white jersey can run by him.
It's Greg Pizer from Long Island. Big football star there as well. Charges in. Shot deflected last second. Again, great recovery defense. Buchanan that time got a piece of his stick on the way through. He couldn't fire it with much steam on the ball.
He jacked it, but he would shoot.
Still scoreless. Huntley with it. Left-hand cradle. Trying to get free. Ricky Smith, a big check.
Wow, Huntley slipped. Loose ball, hold. I don't know. That is excellent defense. You see Petramala with the negative body posture. You want to talk about intensity. Two teammates right there. Two teammates had to be separated. Stakes are awful high, folks.
In front, Byrne denied. One more time, Jake Byrne, the big goal scorer for Hopkins on the doorstep. Now a penalty is coming. Bodies are everywhere, and we'll have a man-up calling.
What's that?
Take 41. 4.
Joe Malo's going to go.
Technical 30. 41.
30, technical foul call.
He got his money's worth for a 30. Because this is just, he just ran him over from behind. First extra man opportunity of the game. You see J.J. Morrissey. I thought last week against Navy he was their best defender.
Here we go.
Unheralded short stick defender. Terrific hockey player, ice hockey player at the high school level. His footwork is sensational though. So quick with his lateral movement. Almost like a defensive back in football. Doesn't allow his guy to run around him.
Man up try here. Virginia and the MOs led by Kyle Dixon, 6 tallies. In the tournament, they're 3 for 7. Season average of 34%. Top of the box, Ward off the pipe. Oh, you hear the clang of the metal all the way up here. There's a lid on each goal right now, folks. We are still scoreless with 8 ticks left in a 30-second technical call on Malo, but now Irwin and Hopkins will trigger play.
When we spoke to Matt Ward this week, he said, losing makes me sick to my stomach. And hitting the pipes will make you sick to your stomach as well. They got the shot they wanted. This play is designed for Matt Ward to step down right-handed. He lets it rip from about 12 yards off the iron. Execution is there. Some of these players are so accurate. If they aim for the pipe, they hit the pipe.
Trouble at midfield. Hopkins on a change out of bounds. Speaking of unforced errors for Dave Petramala's group. Hopkins out shooting. UVA 14-7. Sides are even after the technical foul call. And Malo out of the box.
Thought Hopkins looked very tight in practice yesterday. They were trying to hide it, trying to be loose, but underneath you could see they were tight. This is pressure. They have not had success in this national semifinal game over the last 17 years.
Hard to believe. 1-8 in their past 9. Made the final in 03, lost to these Cavaliers. Great play defensively down low again. Field has another answer as he was able to pick off the pass airborne, but then on a nice ride from Christmas and from Ward, he loses it, turnover, and Virginia gets it back on the attack.
He's got 20 seconds to clear that ball over the midfield line, and sometimes your best option is to circle away from traffic and redirect through your goaltender.
There's Kyle Dixon, 11 in the dark jersey. Kyle telling us this week he's had to really try to turn on the aggressive mode in his game. He's 6'4", about 220, but not from a football background as many lacrosse players are, and sometimes a little shy on dipping the shoulder now and running people over. At that size, you got to do it. Here he is, jump shot. Schwartzman a piece of it. Rebound loose down low. Third save for Schwartzman, first tap. Dixon trying to find the ground ball, can't. Out come the Jays again. It's got Candy with a long stick. Timeout called by the top-ranked Blue Jays, and Dave Petramala, who's not pleased.
Timeout here.
As his team tries to win a 15th straight game this year. There's tremendous pressure in Baltimore. And the guy they call Petro to win another championship for his alma mater. Semifinal number 2, Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. Home of the Eagles today and this weekend. Home for lacrosse. Dave Ryan, Quint Kesnick, Janine Edwards on the field. Beautiful sun-splashed afternoon, although thunderstorms are possible later, we're told.
Ready?
Hopkins the top seed in the home whites. Virginia is the lower seed out of the ACC. Visiting unis today, still no score. And Virginia does have one scoreless half this year against Duke in a game they lost 17-2, April 16th. Johns Hopkins has not gone through a half this year without a goal. We'll see if that changes.
Number 30.
Cavs on the attack again. Here's Christmas, right-hand cradle.
I think once this game gets rolling, goal scoring wise, it's going to open up considerably. I think once the first goal goes in, we should see a kind of a landslide of action after that.
Rubier with a nice effort in tight on Schwartzman, backed up very well by Hopkins. It's all effort on that shot. The first person closest to it when the ball goes out of bounds, who is still inbounds, is awarded possession on a shot. Normally it's the offensive team, but in that case, Hopkins' hustle results in them getting the ball back for a clear try. Beyond close defense for Malo has had a lot of minutes here. That hamstring must be a lot better than a turnover. Nearly so. Ground ball loose. Christmas, Rubier, all kinds of problems. There are 4 Cavaliers swarming around the ball right now.
Hopkins still on the clock there for the 22nd call.
Good break. Crosses the midfield line. They avoid the 22nd call and get it back. Malo, credit him with incredible hustle for getting up in that sea of orange.
Yeah, and Steve Holmes and Rob Bateman just making things happen with those 6-foot-long defensive poles. Bateman, so talented. Had a hamstring injury as a senior at Penn State, transferred to Virginia. He is fit right in, has a great sense of anticipation and intuition about his game.
Stephen Pizer out of the field with brother Greg, and older brother Michael as well. An All-American at Hopkins. Now in the MLL. He graduated 03. Malo charging in, scores! Finally, we've got a goal. It's Joe Malo of Johns Hopkins. Icebreaker with under 5 to go in the first half, believe it or not.
From the end zone, you'll get a good angle here. Watch him come in below the defense this way right here. Slices and dices, kind of drops his stick down low. Watch him on the finish now. Watch how he drops his stick down low and the reaction the goalie gets right there. Kip Turner drops the head of his lacrosse stick and then he finishes it up to the top portions of the net. And the seal is broken. And from here, I think both teams now will settle down and we'll see some a little more excitement, a little more goal scoring.
8th of the year for Malo, who had a career best 4 goals against Albany April 5th.
Play it out.
He had no career goals before this year, then had 4 in one game against Albany. So now he's become an offensive threat. Janine, what do you have for us on Malo?
Well, it's funny because Coach Dave Petramalo told us that Joe Malo gets the Has Come the Furthest award. The senior midfielder played in 14 of 15 games last season. He only missed 1 game due to injury, but he says he really surprised everyone this year. He's giving it all and has finally jumped in with both feet. And we just saw him score the first goal.
And healthy hamstrings, that helps too.
He was a designated clear.
Rabel's shot denied there by Turner. Quint on a nice save by Kip Turner. Good bounce back. He's got 10 saves in this first half.
Potential numbers here for the Cavaliers.
Romero trying to take advantage. Unsettled situation for Hopkins, but Blue Jays are top seeded and top ranked for a reason. They recover well for 6-on-6 play in their defensive half of the field.
I think if you're Virginia right now, I think the 2 guys that are going to get you to where you need to be shot-wise are Matt Ward in his matchup. I think Ward's got to push to the rack, and I think the other guy is Kyle Dixon from up top. I think those 2 guys can draw the double team, and then ball movement can beat this Hopkins defense.
Christmas for Little. Riley carries in. Rubier left-hand cradle. He said to us yesterday, my life changed in a heartbeat. Driving along too fast. I knew it was going too fast. Around a turn in the SUV and rolled it over. Thankfully, he was wearing a seatbelt, as was the passenger in his car.
Seatbelt saved him. He rolled the cart twice.
Unbelievable.
3 surgeries, 2 metal plates, and some nasty scars that he showed us yesterday in practice. Came back to be the outstanding player in the Baltimore metropolitan area his senior year.
Little. Down low, Christmas couldn't find the handle. Schwartzman trying to rake it into the crease. It's grabbed right back by Hopkins. Jesse Schwartzman, good outlet pass for Field, right on the money. Schwartzman's older brother Andrew saw his season come to an end, the first semifinal. Maryland's blowout loss to Duke 18-9.
Left behind.
Andrew did have 2 goals today.
Hopkins may be undefeated. They haven't exactly blown people out this season until last week, beating UMass handily. But prior to that, and Coach Stargio, Virginia, his comment was, hey, they keep you in the game. You know, they've won a lot of close games, 9-7 games, 9-6, 12-11, 7-5, 11-10.
Lasor, what an effort, he scores! Diving in front, the fake, the dive, the juke, and then the tally, and Hopkins leads by 2.
Lasor, playing in his 60th game, scores his 60th goal to go along with 59 assists now, isolating against the short stick. Look at the defense. The double comes, it's physical. But that's where the body control and the stick control come in. You can be falling down to the turf and still generate a pretty good shot.
Come down, same time.
9th career NCAA tournament goal for Lasor.
Kind of equivalent to a guy being fouled in basketball and still makes the layup.
Has battled through an ankle injury. Coach Dave Petramala not using him much in the first round win over Marist.
Petramala may call timeout here.
You're not in, you're not in.
4 for 4 on faceoffs on the Blue Jays. 2 unassisted goals.
Failure to advance. Never in, you weren't in, you weren't in. No.
You heard it, failure to advance the ball.
Petramala losing it on the far side, but Skakandi never stepped in that offensive box in that white line, which then you can call a timeout.
Ricky Smith the outlet. And Virginia does get the timeout. Minute 34 to go. Our officials are wired for sound. We're hearing everything on the field. It's a real treat.
Refs got that one right.
Puts you right in the game. One of 88 NCAA championships. This, an exciting event as well. Huge crowd to watch Johns Hopkins, top-seeded, trying to run all the way with an undefeated season and a championship, and Joe Malo's going to help that if he can.
Yeah, both goals will be unassisted. You got to beat your man and get inside. It was Malo leaning in, and look at the punishment that Lasor, and with that final lunge, he kind of almost broad jumped through that double team to show the skill, dexterity to put the ball in a good spot while you're in the air.
Had a good chat with some of the Hopkins players this week. Peter Lasor getting a pretty hard time from Greg Raymond, his buddy and teammate. Lasor is about 5'10", Raymond's 6'4", so he was saying Pete's awfully short. Hey, he's so small he can sleep under the bed and things along those lines. Having a good time with each other. It showed me the team was relaxed enough this week to be able to poke fun at each other. But you think they might be a little tense?
I thought they were tense in practice yesterday. In this game, if it continues to play in a low-scoring fashion, tension will dominate the second half because every goal, every play will become magnified. You just see the tension and intensity on his face.
Yeah, Dave Petramala's take all year has been one game at a time. The old sports cliche, but not to think championship until we get to that game. Janine has more.
Yeah, Dave, I'll tell you, Dave Petramala is intense right now. He was just telling his guys the most important thing you can do right now is cover this ball well. Cover the ball well. He said, don't worry, make the decisions. We will back you up. But he's looking to hold this lead right now going into halftime, guys.
We'll see if his defense, which so far has shut out Virginia's outstanding attack and middies, is up to the task, Janine. Cavaliers average almost 12 goals a game. Nothing so far. Dixon, top of the box. Here's Ward, free, shoots, scores! There's Matt Ward. The team's leading scorer gets UVA on the board, finally, with only a minute 6 left in the half.
Watch Dixon set this play up. He draws the double team, kicks it to his right. Ward, catch, turn, and fire. Puts it in a sensational spot. But this play starts with Kyle Dixon's ability to draw the double team. And I think that's a defensive mistake by Johns Hopkins. Why would you want to double team Kyle Dixon right there and leave a guy like Matt Ward open from about 10 yards? That brings back memories of last year's semifinal shellacking at the hands of the Syracuse Orangemen.
White's on the line. Orange.
Procedure call. You heard it. Kyle Harrison on the line. Illegal. And Jack DeVilliers and Virginia will take over. DeVilliers, a record-setting face-off midi in Virginia history.
Eagle left. Raise it.
Under a minute to go, first half. From the Lincoln Philly, Duke is in already to the national championship game Monday on ESPN at noon Eastern. Thompson gets free, drives to the goal. Schwartzman makes a great save. His fourth of the first half robs Drew Thompson. It looked like he had plenty of real estate there.
Thompson telegraphed it. Schwartzman was down low before the shot was even released. Good lunge save.
See the save category, top left of the screen there, 23 seconds, and Hopkins will take a timeout.
Tell coach to
Their
start
final
on that
play
side.
stoppage of the first half.
Schwartzman had 20 saves in the regular season matchup. His best game of the year was against Towson. But look at the inside move, and the head and shoulders just kind of look down. And as a goalie, that's one thing you're reading. By rule, you're only supposed to watch the ball. But Schwartzman will tell you, hey, you got to cheat as much as you can. Watch the shoulders, the hands, and the head. And that time, I think Thompson kind of looked down low and shot low, telegraphed his shot.
Dave Petromalo didn't know how Schwartzman would grow into that starter's role, but it certainly has fit him well. Coming up, Dave Repson, Leif Elsmo in our studio. We'll recap that Duke huge victory over Maryland in the first semifinal and a Mark Pryor update as well as we switch to Major League Baseball. We've got the college baseball regionals, super regionals coming up. Softball super regionals underway, leading to Oklahoma City and the Women's World Series. Plenty of NCAA action to talk about as we hit Memorial Day weekend. And June coming up, an exciting month for NCAA sports. Designing a play to try to unleash some powerful offense we haven't seen much of in the first half. Turner has been good. The Virginia D is astutely pointed out, very underrated with some big-time players with a 6-foot pole. Kowski has nothing to show for his first half. Over 15 seconds. It's Harrison. Swim move to get free. Rakowski try to go to LeSueur. It's tipped. Ball still loose, not out of bounds. Free ball. Push call is going to go against Virginia and Smith. 2 seconds left in the half. Got a penalty call. Afterwards, he may have protested a bit too loudly.
That is not what you want. Hopkins will hold the ball right here, and when we start...
1 minute.
Oh, 3?
3. 1 minute full time. F5.
Okay. Say use the F word, coach.
1 minute.
3, orange, unsportsmanlike, full time.
There you have it. Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, hold your slide.
You are not allowed to mouth off to the officials in any way, shape, or form, whether they made the right call or the wrong call. So this is going to carry over into the second half, and Hopkins will start the second half with a 58-second extra man opportunity.
So that'll do it for the first 30 minutes from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. A huge crowd gathered to watch this semifinal. Dom Starsia and Ricky Smith will chat about that penalty he took, meaning the Cavs are down a man to begin third quarter play in a very close game. Virginia starts down a man. Remember, Smith took the unsportsmanlike penalty at the very end of the first half. About 55 seconds and counting now. Now the man up, Hopkins. Berry right off the hop. Buries a goal for Johns Hopkins. Laser beam shot, not much. Turner can do there.
Not sure if this caught the Virginia defense napping. There's nothing fancy here. He just steps down. Barry just steps down to about 10 yards, and that's a communication breakdown. Super Mo will do the deal. This is absolutely sizzling, and you see the reaction shot. Kyle Barry, local player here from PA, had an injury-plagued senior season. A former first-team All-American as a sophomore. Look at his numbers now. Only 10 goals this season. Had rib injuries and ankle injuries.
Guys, stay off the line. No violation. Off the line. Let's go.
First man up goal of the game for Hopkins. They were 2 for 5 the last time they matched up with Virginia in March at Homewood Field. Huntley gets the assist.
30.
Barry the big tally. Yet another Philly area native, as you said, Narberth, Pennsylvania.
Still a man advantage. Unsportsmanlike, non-releasable penalty.
Can they take advantage again? Byrne winds and misses. That's Huntley with a big shot. Missed the target.
This foul is over at 14:02.
In front, scoop shot try. Rakowski got buried for his efforts.
13!
Here's Lesueur. Barry just scored a moment ago. Good ball movement. Huntley. Byrne tries to bury it, and it comes loose again. Sides are even now. Smith about to hop back on the field. 6 aside. Can they recover in time? No! A goal scored! Byrne. Second straight tally for Hopkins to begin play, third quarter. 4-1.
An all-even goal. Look at Kyle Dixon coming in from the top of the midfield line, but he doesn't quite get there. Here's Dixon right there. He's late coming in. And in Supermo again, watch the shot. It starts with the big muscles of the leg and your back, and Byrne finishes it with that great wrist action and that snap, and you can see the goalie from that close range, no chance.
Jake Byrne, known as the team comedian. There was a soaking wet day at home field earlier in the year. All the players were grumbling to come out onto the artificial surface. It was just pouring. Jake Byrne had a swim cap and goggles.
For anything! He was on the line! Illegal procedure! That way!
Wow, too many illegal procedure calls. You know, they changed the rule this year. There's a 4-inch neutral zone on these face-offs. There's basically no tolerance policy anymore. No stick leaning, no being in the neutral zone. And what we've seen today is a lot of false start violations. And, you know, I hate to see that. I want to see these guys face off. I want to see the best face-off guy win, not the guy who can line up correctly.
Matt Ward trouble with the ball. Here's Pizer at midfield. Good pass from Garvey. Great play from Pinto in his own end to bring it out. Greg Pizer. Byrne again winds. Got some pipe, heard some metal there. Ball loose in front.
36 and orange illegal pick! This way!
Interference. Kip Turner had the ball in his cross, and the defenseman then made contact with a Hopkins attackman. So a mental mistake. The Ricky Smith penalty cost him basically 2 goals, and these mental mistakes. Here's the last shot off the iron, and you see the rebound in front. It's got Candy right there after that kept rolling for one more second. He got hit. That is interference. Talk about shooting and its importance. Just like basketball.
Rabel. And the shot broken up last second. It was Bateman who got a piece of it. Bateman, we told you about the hamstring tear at Penn State. Couldn't recover. Took a red shirt. Didn't think he'd ever play lacrosse again. Thought he'd graduate real estate management from Penn State. Now he's getting his master's. Huntley winds. Pipe again, crossbar. That ball's airborne. Far side, that goes out of bounds.
85 miles an hour from about 12 yards off the crossbar. The replay, watch 24, step down, reach back, boom, and fire that ball. 85 miles an hour. And in baseball, you're what, 60 feet away?
60 feet, 6 inches.
He's what, 30 feet away, 20 feet away, shooting at 85?
It's unbelievable. Now any goalie can make a stop like that. Quick stick try, Rakowski. Tried for the dipsy-do play 5 yards in front of Kip Turner, and he's over the crossbar again. Action resumes just that quickly.
Gonna be a Virginia ball.
Has to be. Virginia closest to it, even if that is a shot. Could have just been a pass. Either way, Cavaliers take it back.
Kip Turner.
Hard to believe that he and Bud Petit preseason really didn't distinguish themselves as the starter. It was until that Syracuse game up in the Dome when UVA won it that Kip really took over.
And Turner talks about the influence that Tillman Johnson had on him. He said, Tillman has counseled me this year, the former great Virginia goalie. Stick to my style of play, he said. Just talk to him. He says Tillman can help me relax, keep me confident. He says the key today is being explosive to the ball.
Great effort. The offensive end for Virginia. That was not an easy play for Holmes with a long stick. completely selling out. At this point, you have to. All effort on the field. Third quarter, national semifinal. Duke has won already. So Duke is to Monday's championship game on ESPN at noon Eastern. We started this last 4 teams with 3 ACC clubs. First time it's ever happened. One conference, 3 teams in the semis. Dixon denied, but the outlet pass a bit sloppy. And Thompson takes it back.
Questions for Virginia. Who can dominate their matchup with the ball? Who can put pressure on this Hopkins defense? Stars, you talked about standing around, off-ball movement. You know, if you let this Hopkins defense tee up on you, if you let them get comfortable in their slide packages, whether they're double teaming from the inside or the adjacent man, you're going to have a long day offensively. You got to keep them moving, keep their responsibilities changing.
Only Matt Warren has talent here for UVA. Christmas is a star player. Dixon, who handles now, a great offensive threat. Rubier and Posquet have been completely shut down. 5 saves for Sportsman. Posquet tests it again, make it 6. Big stop on Matt Posquet with a laser beam shot. Outlet too high. Maybe Irwin didn't see it. Yeah, never reacted to the ball. Then it's stripped out of Holmes' cross. Great ride here from Hopkins. Ball loose, bodies everywhere.
That's all hustle by Peter Lesor. It's an orange hold. All hustle. I mean, Lesor is the kind of guy who you can't underscore his impact. You see Schwartzman and Watson behind the play. But Lesor just scrapping for that loose ball, made a play on the ball, and he was basically hooked and held off the ball.
Here's Malo. Started the scoring in the first half. Bounce shot, scores! Make it 2, Joe Malo. His amazing story continues. A player with no goals heading into this season in his career. We had 4 in one game against Albany earlier this season and continues his success in the playoffs. A second talent.
When you talk about the Hopkins seniors, you leave out Joe Malo, truthfully, because you're thinking about Kyle Harrison and Chris Watson, Lesor and Barry. And this is one that Kip Turner's got to make. You know, his stance is one where his stick is way up in the air. He's all over that. And how he doesn't get there completely and smother it, I don't know. But that's one you got to have.
Before missing that Marist game, Joe Malo had played in all 54 career games at Hopkins. But a much different role than he is now, contributing offensively.
This is one of the Hopkins runs that were in our keys to the game. They put 3 goals, tic-tac-toe, back-to-back. This is where, if you're Virginia, you got to clamp down.
Benson Irwin got it in. Huntley free, shoots over the crossbar. Off by a few inches. Hopkins backs it up. Nice hustle from 22, Skakandi. Getting off the field in a heartbeat. Allow the more gifted offensive players come on. Long sticks on the defensive side of the field.
No Kyle Harrison goals, no Paul Rabel goals. Malo comes out of nowhere to post 2, and that's kind of been the signature of this Hopkins team this year. It's been somebody different week after week. And Harrison's been their most consistent player. But it's very difficult to predict for them who's going to have that breakout performance.
Loose grab ball, a lot of contact. Huntley was hit hard right along the sideline. And he and Hopkins lose possession.
Ricky Smith, Steve Holmes sensing blood. Huntley, the freshman, struggling near the sideline, and forget about it. They sense blood, and they go for the kill right there, and they get the kill. Ball rolls out of bounds.
Probably the freshman attackman from Towson, Maryland, near Baltimore. His dad, very famous midi in Hopkins history. Dave, a 3-time midi of the year. Coach on the Canadian national team along with Gary Gate. Look out, big hit. Oh, Irwin has man lined up. Benson Irwin had a big hit in mind at midfield, but couldn't quite connect. Posquet told us yesterday the hamstring feels as healthy as it's been all year and practiced pretty well yesterday for Virginia.
Yeah, said it felt almost the best he's felt all year.
Middle, spins away from traffic. Quick shot going for that top right corner of the net, but it's off the mark.
Jared Little, they call him game speed. Because Monday through Friday, it's always in game speed.
Hustles in practice. Hopkins out shooting UVA 13-3 in this half. Taking a stranglehold in this game. Christmas trying to change all that. John Christmas charging in. Scores! Oh, did Virginia need that shot in the arm from John Christmas, who went to Lower Merion High School here in the Philadelphia area. Same high school as Kobe Bryant.
151 career points, a member of the 2000 national title team that beat this Blue Jay squad in the finals. And look at his ability with the ball on his stick. Maybe not as fast as he used to be, but look at the power in his legs, the way he's able to turn the corner, deal with the defense. And twice now we've seen goals scored. Earlier it was Lesor, and there was Christmas, where guys are falling to the ground. And the ability to finish off the play as an attackman while you're getting mangled by the defense.
Janine, what else do you have on John Christmas?
Well, John, you know, was the National Rookie of the Year in '02 and had a team-high 36 goals his sophomore year in '03. And I heard you guys mentioning his groin injury. He said he's done a lot of rehab, and he thinks he's a better player now. He says, I'm a smarter player. I can do more now. Not as explosively fast, but he leads Virginia in assists this year.
19 helpers, Janine, coming into this semifinal game. The Pennsylvania State high school record holder, 322 points. Lower Merion High School, Ardmore, Pennsylvania. For John Christmas.
Oh, that's good.
Look out, things get physical, and flags drop. Smith in the middle of it again with Kyle Harrison.
Dead ball.
That was
roughness on 3. 1 minute.
Say 5 personal fouls, and you're ejected from a game. Ricky Smith's got 2, no big deal. Here it is. You can't hear the whistle, but the whistle, that play was dead for quite a bit.
3 orange, 1 minute.
Ricky Smith's second mental mistake. It cost Virginia 2 goals. Barry on the extra man, and then as the foul was being released, it was Byrne who scored.
1 minute. Releasable, yes.
Great Kyle Harrison.
So, like football,
that's right.
You want to be rough, you want to be physical, but you also got to be smart.
Can't hit a guy out of bounds like in football.
No.
Same sort of thing. Saw the KB on Kyle Harrison's helmet there for Kevin Bolden, former member of this Hopkins team. Kyle very disappointed, took it upon his own shoulders when the Jays lost last year to Syracuse in the national semis. Bateman, flag drop, Barry crushed Bateman, and things are going to even up. First though on center, here comes UVA on the move. Bounce shot, score! And a big one for the Cavaliers. Morrissey, a huge tally. On a slow whistle penalty call, it was coming against Barry of Hopkins. The former hockey star gets it done on the lacrosse field.
Short-handed. The fans coming to their feet, over 45,000. They love it. That's the play on foul. It's Barry who dumps Bateman in front, and then Morrissey takes off. It's a 4-on-3, and the Hopkins defense just backs in a little too far, and Morrissey loved the accuracy. Virginia now is still a man down for 35 seconds.
JJ, a big hockey star in high school in Winchester, Massachusetts, had to send out football tapes, not lacrosse tapes, because his prep school didn't video his games. So Dom Starsia got a football tape of JJ Morrissey, not lacrosse. And decided this kid could be really good. Heiser, De Villiers head-to-head.
And that recruitment of Morrissey is really becoming kind of a theme across the country, because college coaches are looking for athletes, not necessarily skilled lacrosse players, but they want guys who can run, guys who can hit, guys who they can develop into super players.
Huntley for Barry. Around the perimeter of the box they go here. Man advantage, time trickling away. Shot might have been partially deflected, kind of fluttered toward Kip Turner, and he grabbed it easily. Now the tough outlet, way too high, turnover. Gives the ball right back to Hopkins. Tough play there for Dixon.
Starsia, tell you, the ability to forget is arguably a goalie's most important skill. when you make a play like that, here comes the save. Watch his shot come out of the stick funny or maybe potentially blocked. Stars just says Kip Turner does not get enough credit this year. The team really rallies around him.
Much like Dave Petramalo says about Schwartzman, has really developed into a starter and matured this year in his first year in that role. Rabel, gifted freshman, just loaded, very deep Hopkins team. Greg Pizer, right-hand cradle. Harrison, shut out so far. Does that change here? All about a sharp angle shot, carries in. Kyle Harrison, penalty flag coming. As he's hit hard from behind, it'll be against Virginia. 30-second technical hold call coming on Holmes.
I was just about to say, where's Kyle Harrison? Where's Paul Rabel? Where has Harrison been? Really not being asked to go to the goal, and when he does go to the goal, good things are going to happen. That time he draws the foul. The initial one was a hold. The other hits were clean. Harrison is not on the extra man group, so he gets to take a breather. Tewaaraton finalist for the Lacrosse's version of the Heisman Trophy given out next week in Washington, D.C. One of 5 finalists.
And again, first-team All-American midfielder. Second straight year for Harrison. Tells us he just embraces the role of being the #1 lacrosse idol in the country. That pass there was tipped en route to LeSueur, and Hopkins will keep it. 12 seconds left in the man advantage. The Blue Jays 1 of 2 so far with a man up.
You're a young player that plays defense. Get your stick up in the passing lanes. You see it at this level an awful lot. Get your stick up in the passing lane and deflect those passes.
They try for a quick stick. Rakowski's been shut out so far. It was partially deflected. His stick held up last second. Great slide again by the UVA close defense. And shorthanded, they're able to kill off that penalty. Morrissey, the goal scorer from a moment ago for Virginia, helps carry across the midfield line. He'll switch off for another midi.
Okay, this next goal really sets up our final 20 minutes of this ball game.
Drew Thompson. Outside the box, get things set up here. For Virginia, for Dixon. Goes left-handed. Rubier. Down low, look for Thompson to try to spin and fire. Lost his stick in the process, was hit hard. Field comes out. Penalty flag drop behind the play. Slow whistle call. Looks like it's coming against UVA. Sharp angle shot put right on there by Byrne, denied by Turner.
Tell me what you want me to do.
He hit
Slashing
it
call.
from the back. 2 arms. 2 arms.
John Christmas is going for the next minute.
Watch him hit Matt Field right in the back. By definition, you've got to make contact with the stick
Orange/1.
or the glove. And that was just an uncontrolled swing.
Hold up. Even with me.
Good call, on-field officiating crew. We're wired for sound for this lacrosse semifinal and the finals on Monday. And a great look from our crew. One man up. Trying to cash in here, up by a couple. LeSueur. Top of the box. Big shot, buried. Had it deflected again. That is just ripped from about 10 yards out.
Virginia in a tight zone, a 5-man zone. Hopkins, 2 guys behind, 3 across the middle and 1 up top. 1 cradle and a pass. Watch how quick they get the ball in and out of their sticks.
Quick stick try, quick stick go. It's Rakowski on the feed. Harrison found him beautifully. It's 6-3. A much needed goal for Hopkins.
Second extra man goal, a little tic-tac-toe. If you freeze it right here, you see Rakowski's going to peel off here. His defender is trailing him too much. And Rakowski's known for his ability inside to redirect this ball. It's almost a volley shot, left-handed. Second extra man goal for the Jays, and they make Virginia pay on that foul. That's really a component, I think, to beating Johns Hopkins. You've got to play a mentally sharp game because you know typically this year that they haven't beaten themselves.
The senior from Bethpage, New York, Long Island. Matt Rakowski, the feed there actually from Rabel on that helper, the Rakowski talent. Heiser, DeVilliers, the draw. Here's J.J. Morrissey. Skakani was knocked down. And UVA back up with it. 3.5 left, third quarter.
When we spoke to DeVilliers, the Virginia face-off specialist this week, he said, you know, Pizer is so strong, he pushes me off the ball. And you can see that time Pizer did shield him out like a basketball player. He says Harrison is quick. The toughest thing about facing off against Hopkins is the variety that they throw at you. His face-offs have become have more magnitude as this game develops here.
Thompson for Christmas. Rubier, the freshman, has not been unleashed at all in this game. 3 Virginia goals. Dixon also has been held in check. Christmas and Rubier. Crisscross.
Pasque has been awful quiet inside. 4 goals against Navy last year. He really hasn't gotten much going off the ball. Number 7 for Virginia.
He was effective last week against the Mids. 28 goals for the season. Rubier trying to get free. That's off someone's body and deflected.
KO coming up on 2 KO.
Virginia hangs on to it. We near 2 minutes left in the third. Clearly here the officials indicate just that. Matt Ward trying to get loose. Thompson, nice move to the cage. Got some pipe. Schwartzman a piece of it. Crease violation call against Virginia. Either way, it's out of the Hopkins net, and it stays 6-3.
How many pipes?
Man.
Drew Thompson, coming out of Northport High School on Long Island. Watch the ball hit the post and bounce directly our way towards the camera. He tore his knee ligaments, Drew Thompson did. Had the game winner, the eventual game winner against Navy last week. Really has built his momentum this season. He's really played better in May this year than he did in March.
We've had 8 pipes in this game.
8.
It's a bit unusual. Malo, the pass. He's got 2 already, looking for a hat trick. Huntley carries. The wind picking up and things have gotten dramatically more overcast here in Philly. There are thunderstorm predictions in the area. We'll keep an eye on it. Byrne backs in. Holmes all over him. He fell down behind the play. Steven Pizer winds. Big save. Kip Turner on the freshman from Long Island. Malo looking to regain the ground ball. Turner out of the cage. He and Malo battle. Kip Turner's got to hustle back to the net. He's got 16 saves with 45 ticks left. Melting third quarter clock. Kevin Huntley. Berry. Good ball work. Malo trying to finish. Shut down by Turner. Great save on Joe Malo. Stopping his bid for a hat trick. What a save.
Turner's best of the day at a moment that he needed it.
The Pizer brothers, Stephen and Greg, a double team on Bateman, take the ball away initially. Big battle. Still loose.
This is our Lacrosse 101 ground ball play. And the importance.
10 seconds left. Pino trying to find the handle among others, as is Garvey. 2 seconds left. Barrow won't get the shot off in time. That's it for 3 quarters. Penalty flag, slow whistle calls coming against Hopkins as the winds continue to pick up here and the nasty weather has arrived in Philly. Fourth quarter is underway in a 6-3 game.
Fans running for cover underneath.
French Open coverage is coming up next from Roland Garros as soon as we finish business here in Philadelphia. Cross semifinals. Winner to take on Duke in Monday's national championship game. Still a slow whistle, penalty flag down. The white wrappers and things, folks, aren't supposed to be on the field. We're having just an incredible storm here. And Pizer is the guilty party.
30-second technical holding.
Greg Pizer. As the rains really start to hit now. How difficult is it going to be for the goalies like Schwartzman to concentrate on the ball with the wind?
I think, first of all, the wind right now really impacts communication. It's loud here already. It's a new experience for these players. But when you yell into the wind, it doesn't carry anywhere. And so communication is key for the defenders. And then for the goalie, you know, you just got to keep the rain out of your eyes, really focus in.
Wow, what a change. It was beautiful here about half an hour ago, but as correctly predicted, the rains have come. Man up here.
This can only help Virginia, down by 3. This can only help them, this change in weather.
Rubier. It's around for Gill. Dixon forgot the ball. Benson Irwin. Great job to scoop it up. Harrison on the move, in front. Byrne tried to go to Peter Lasour, but he couldn't quite find the handle. Huntley grabs it back. Goal line extended. There he is. Still unsettled, Lasour. Had Byrne in front. Great play again. Culver decked him from behind and took it right back. Play goes on.
Yeah, you know, for these players, their eyes get distracted by all these hot dog wrappers. For a goalie, especially.
Christmas works to Ward, scores! Matt Ward! And Virginia alive and well here at 6-4, just underway, fourth quarter. His second of the day.
Christmas triggers this play from behind. Gets the defense's attention, the little flip pass, and that's what Coach Starzer talked about at halftime, off-ball movement. And that's all about Matt Ward, curling from the far side to the near side. Little headbutt after he scores. Matt Ward really learned a lot from Connor Gill, their attack coach, on how to manage a game, how to be the offensive leader.
And Matt Ward's nickname is Piggy, because at his prep school, his coach said he loved to play in rainy conditions, just like this, and here we are. Rubier scores! The Virginia charge continues, 6-5. Eight seconds apart. 2 UVA tallies.
Cavaliers have scored 4 of the last 5. Real time off the draw. It's Morrissey with his tremendous speed to Rubier, who can sense that Schwartzman's going through a mini slump. If you're Petramala here, do you want to call timeout? Do you want to stop this Virginia run and regain composure? He says no. Let him play.
Draws one by Hopkins. Lou Braun is overcoming shoulder problems, hasn't taken many faceoffs in this tournament because of the injuries. Wins a big draw there, but it's stripped in a double team. Morrissey has been brilliant all game, makes a great steal. Will Barrow, a right-hand cradle. Levillier helped out too that play defensively. Now it's Gill, Connor's younger brother.
Virginia can sense it. This is the adversity I thought that Hopkins would encounter in this game. And do you summon the ghosts of prior defeats here, where you've come up short? And does that work against you? Or do you use that as a strength and you rally on that? Hey, we've been here. We know what this feels like. Let's turn this thing around. So that's the big question for the Blue Jays right now.
We met with Kyle Harrison during this tournament, who told us he was so glad the pressure was off, the regular season was over, and the real season was starting. Dixon Wine shoots, tipped just wide, backed up very well by UVA. The fans are thoroughly behind Virginia. You can sense that here. As the top-ranked Blue Jays in some trouble.
These fans are oblivious to the weather. They don't care. They've come from all over the country to watch this game. If it started snowing, they'd stay out here.
Oh, they would. Works for Dixon. Now it's Christmas, the local hero. He's got one already. Pasquet has not scored today. Brendan Gill, right-hand cradle. Kyle Harrison desperately trying to hang on to a lead here and a hope for a championship. Thompson free, shot, pipe, rebound loose. Officials are falling. It's going to be waved off because, oh no, it's good. It's a good goal. One official waved it off on a crease call.
Everybody get out of here. We got a crease violation. Push.
No goal. Unbelievable drama. What a battle in front.
The ball off the post. Petramala wants a timeout. I called that timeout a couple minutes ago. Clearly, Hopkins has lost the momentum in this game, and Virginia right now with all the mo. Off the post, Pasque dives or was pushed in. The ball does cross the goal line, so the referees had to make two decisions. Is it a goal? Is it a push? Here's a replay. Watch the initial shot. I thought this might have hit the post and actually been a goal originally. Boom, right near where that mic is. You see the black. And then Schwartzman dives. Pasque, he's in the crease right there. The ball's not over the goal line. So a good call by the officials. That was not a goal. And then the ref falls. But watch this ball. Hit Schwartzman in the back. Pasque makes a play on the ball. He falls in, and then the ball crosses the line. And they're saying that he was pushed in the ball. So Virginia maintains possession. No goal.
9 shots off pipes today. Unfortunately for our sideline reporter, Janine Edwards, it is pouring. How you hanging in there, Janine?
Hey, we are holding on for dear life here. The wind has really picked up. I just eavesdropped in on the huddle with Coach Dave Petramala. He said, guys, we got 11 and a half minutes. Don't blow it now. He said they must force goalie Kip Turner to use his left hand. He said, make him go left-handed. He said, try to go to the fake if you have to. He said, don't lose focus now. We've got 11 and a half minutes. Don't throw it away.
Virginia trying not to throw it away. Ward and Christmas, Janine, along the sideline, grab it back. But Hopkins and Coach Petramala need the ball back first. Christmas instead of a shot as a pass. Gill. Dixon. How much left-hand shot here?
Virginia a little more hop in their step now. Momentum is huge in lacrosse.
Ward wide shoots. He missed the target. Backed up by Brendan Gill. You can just feel the field totally tilted in the direction of the Cavaliers. The fans, those of whom are left in this maelstrom, are definitely rooting them on.
Becomes a shooter's field right now. Also, the moisture, you put that ball down on this grass, and it's really going to work for you. It's going to skim and accelerate.
Here's the great John Christmas. Graduated a couple days back, sociology degree. Wants a title to finish out his career. Ward's shot was deflected off a stick.
Hit Dixon, hit his teammate in the back of the head.
There's Hunter Cass, you see. HK on Christmas's helmet. That's for Hunter Cass, who was hurt last week. A knee injury. He'll have surgery coming up. He's out for UVA.
Tom Starcher this week when we talked to him said, you know what, Hopkins, they just keep you in the ball game, and we just want to hang around and be able to make a play late to win it.
Rubier, the freshman, the pick from Brendan Gill as the drama escalates here to the 10-minute mark. Fourth quarter. Dixon free. Shot. Bounced it wide. Schwartzman goes for the backup. Almost got there. Good effort, Jesse Schwartzman. And the officials rule that Rubier was closer on that shot. And Virginia triggers in the near corner.
It's going to be the longest 9 minutes and 57 seconds of Schwartzman's life and Ben Rubio's.
We've got garbage, hot dog, hamburger wrappers, cups, all sorts of debris flying around here. The wind is picked up mightily, as exactly predicted by the weather forecasters here in Philly. Big rain. Christmas lost his stick and the ball. Big turnover.
Interference on 22. We're going that way.
Skacandy guilty of an interference call. Virginia gets it right back. Immediately they trigger play. Well, that's big. Looked like an easy clear for Hopkins.
Eagle.
Second chance opportunity for Virginia.
How slick do the gloves and stick get in the rain?
Well, the thing that changes is your actual pocket of your stick, whether it's leather or mesh. The moisture will make it change. The ball comes out a bit different. Look at that ball skim off this really hard surface now that it's wet.
Trying to bounce it by Schwartzman, backed up by Virginia.
Scarvey with the great defense on that prior possession. Not only getting the ball out of Christmas's stick, but getting his stick out of Christmas's hands. First team All-American Tom Garvey.
John Christmas has it with the right hand. Again behind the net. Beautiful play by Gill on one knee to block it. Would have been a turnover. Was by him. Ward winds up shot. Bounced it just wide again. Can't quite get these shots on cage as the rain continues to fall.
83 miles an hour on that shot. A bounce shot triggered wide. Players can shoot as fast as 100.
Gill charges. Penalty flag drop. Brendan Gill, the drive toward the cage.
37 white. Push.
Benson Irwin's going to go for the next 30. Technical push call against the Jays. Torrential rain has hit Philly.
What are you doing right now if you're Dave Petromalo? You got to set up your man down defense. If you're Virginia, I think your big options here, your two best outside shooters are Kyle Dixon and Matt Ward, both right-handers. You got Pasquet, who's near side high. You see him at lower left, number 7. He should end up inside. You see the close matchups these two teams have played. Defensive-oriented matchups recently, all close games.
UVA 0 for 2. Man up try so far. Gill for Christmas. Around the perimeter they go. Ward a feed. Pasquet. Oh, he had a good look and missed the target again. And that's something that Dom Starsia talked about early in the year in the matchup where they just didn't shoot well. And missing the cage constantly. That's plagued them here in the fourth quarter. Winding there. Ward scores! And we're tied. A hat trick from Matt Ward, who was shut out in the quarterfinals against Navy on 8 shots last week in Baltimore. Now he's got 3.
Cavaliers 5 out of the last 6. The summer storm here has renewed their energy. 25-mile-an-hour winds came, and then Virginia picked it up at Ward. Sting in the corner right there made it 6-4. Morrissey in transition to the freshman, Rubior. Boom, back of the net, 6-5, then the extra man. This is the non-goal by Pasquet off the pipe shot. This game is getting crazy. Starsia oblivious to the tension. And watch the super slow-mo. Watch the placement of this bounce shot. Gorgeous bounce shot.
Battle for it midfield. Blue Jays come away with it. Big shot. Missed the target, did burn. Who goes low to high on that laser beam, just off the mark. And Hopkins backs it up. Can they get some momentum back? Huge face-off one there. They needed possession desperately to get something going.
Where's Kyle Harrison? Where's Paul Rabel? No goals for Kyle Harrison.
Look out. Rabel lost the handle. It's a free ground ball. The freshman grabs it back, but he's going to get double teamed and slammed. Bateman tried to go behind the back. Taken right back by Hopkins on a big play by Watson, the All-American. Doesn't want this to be his last game. A tremendous long stick. He scored 1590 in his SAT. Has a big job lined up on Wall Street in New York. He does not want that to start soon. Harrison, a bouncer, is just wide.
Had him. Harrison had Turner on that all season. These Hopkins seniors, Kyle Harrison, talked about poise, maturity, making big plays at big times, and that's all ancient history. If this team wants to survive and advance, he's going to have to make a play right now.
We were 5-1. Johns Hopkins seemed like they had the upper hand. Now it's all tied. 5 of the last 6. UVA. Harrison tries to get loose. Out for Rabel as the rain just pours down now in sheets. It is miserable out there. With Holmes watching him, Harrison trying to get free of bouncers. Stuck in traffic. Ball loose. Turner. The outlet. Will Barrow, a freshman from Long Island, a great football player in high school. And offers to go D1 in football. Decided to play lacrosse at UVA. And he brings into the field offensively a big clear for Virginia.
How about that defense? Harrison with the shot wide, then the next shot was blocked in front. The field now really tilted towards the Cavaliers. Time of possession in this fourth quarter.
Drew Thompson. Watched by Benson Irwin, another senior who's been through 3 semifinal appearances, 3 losses for Hopkins. Will it change today? Ward has been the star. Trying to get free on Raymond. Hoske in front. Oh, Christmas between the legs. Tried to beat Schwartzman on a dipsy-do goal. Nearly did it. Incredible moment. Ward picks up the ground ball. In front he goes. Penalty flag drop. Ward got crushed. Double team, then thrown down. And Rabel is the guilty party. He's going to go in.
He ran him, shut up. No.
Matt Ward was absolutely run after shooting this. This is Christmas. Too much mustard, folks. You got time to catch and turn and finish.
No, he did not.
That's one you want back. Not worth.
Okay, we'll watch.
You know, the plus side is if that goes in.
I'd have to sit your
This place
goalie,
goes
too.
absolutely crazy.
Hey, I'd have to sit your goalie if I took him. Still doesn't matter.
And advantage for a minute now.
A full minute.
Ward has been the guy from the perimeter on here. I think
Raymond's in.
Key guys you got to account for, as I said, Hoske, when he flashes inside, Dixon, number 11, and Ward, who's top center right now.
And Hopkins loses a key defender, and Raymond has played so well with a long stick today, the senior. Dixon around the perimeter of the box here. Big man up. Virginia on the attack. Rubier. Back for Ward and Rubier. Gill for Christmas. All about a shot now, Dixon. Good ball movement. Crisp passing here. In front they go. Hoske, a quick stick goal. He scores, and Virginia has a lead. His first of the day. Wow.
Lightning, I believe, folks. We have lightning here. Awesome pass inside. We've got lightning, and the teams are going off to their locker room. We will have 25 minutes put up on the clock as soon as they get off the field, and we're going to sit this one out until the lightning clears the area. Told you earlier today we might get some lightning.
You were absolutely right, partner. 4:45 on the clock and an absolutely thrilling national semifinal. We are about ready to go to resume the fourth quarter with 4:45 to go. Look at the shot differential.
Look at the differential, 21 and then 14 right there. Big turnaround in momentum. Virginia has dominated this fourth quarter with 4 unanswered goals.
In my mind, Virginia had the game won. I think based on the momentum, on the looks of the faces of Hopkins, the field tilted their way. I think they would have come out on top. But that was before the delay. New game.
They had Hopkins on the ropes,
no
ready
question.
to deliver to the knockout punch.
That
no question.
knockout punch was coming. Harrison tries to win the draw. Holmes a whack at it. Very physical play. Who can grab it? Ward try to retain possession, can't. Kyle Harrison springs loose.
How about that ground ball? How about that intensity, both sides?
Harrison, a shot, scores! The senior, trying to win his first ever championship, scores his first goal of the game at a huge moment after the weather delay. Unbelievable.
Petromalo's asking him, saying, you got to take the next face-off in real time, like a pickup basketball game. I talked to Kyle, he said, I got a sense for the dramatic. He knows that he needed that goal. And here he comes back for this next face-off.
Team's leading scorer.
Look at his eyes.
22nd of the year.
Look at his eyes.
His father, Miles, a surgeon in Baltimore, and family all here.
Momentum changed how the Hopkins fans on their feet. Everybody's on their feet, actually.
Harrison, procedure call. That means Virginia's got it. DeVilliers triggers play. We'll throw off for Christmas, then go on a change. Tie game from Philly. Rubier had a big goal as part of that third quarter momentum push into the fourth by Virginia.
Scoreless first quarter, and now this has just become a nail-biter. Tension, every possession is so big.
Thompson. controls near corner of the box. Puts the shake move on. Dixon some room. Winds and set pass. It's broken up. Pinto too sloppy on the pass to Field. A disastrous turnover. Matt Field couldn't handle that. Easy play with no one near for Dave Petromalo's Jays.
As a defender, you make that play, and you just want to flip it to your short stick and have him leg the ball over the field. Second chance opportunity for Virginia, and there's Pinto. Can't believe it.
Army, Pinto, Watson, incredible close defense for Hopkins. Been through so many wars together. Watson 43 watches Rubio circle a cage. Dixon, sun comes out. Kyle Dixon missed the target. Look at that top left corner of the cage. Backed up by Rubio, the freshman. Drew Thompson. On a right-handed shot. Warren, sloppy pass. Dixon can't handle it. Free ground ball is going to get it. Potties everywhere because of the wet turf. Smith a hard hit. Then he's hit by Barry.
Great play
for Dixon. Ricky Smith. Now it's Posque, who led the charge a moment ago, and Virginia gets in the box and calls a timeout with 2:37 to go. They've got one timeout left.
Excellent ground ball play by number 3, Ricky Smith of Virginia, hounded by 2 men. He comes up with it in traffic and then finds his teammate. Right here, Virginia swarms, they make the check, and watch Smith. It's strong enough to maintain his balance, taking the hit from Kyle Barry, and then he finds Kyle Dixon on the far side. So that is a critical play for that young defenseman, Ricky Smith.
Along with his roommate, Drew Thompson, came back from ACL surgery 5 days apart. They had their surgeries, and each missing fall 2004 ball coming back from that surgery. He was hurt in the ACC title game last year in that loss to Maryland. Timeout situation with 2:37 left in regulation. We do have sudden victory in college lacrosse. If you go to OT, 4 minutes on the board, first the scorer wins it. Kyle Harrison, who has put so much emotion and energy into this program in his 4 years, tied the game up moments ago.
After our lightning delay of about 46 minutes, it's Harrison winning the faceoff off the scramble and then isolating off to the right wing, the right alley. And that straight overhand shot on the run can be very deceptive, and that's been his bread and butter this season. The senior. Now he'll be asked to play defense on this possession, I believe. Question is, what is Virginia going to do on offense?
Checking with a Diet Coke game track to this point. All tied at 7. Shooting numbers pretty similar. Ward really turned it on in the second half.
And so has Kip Turner. He's really been the difference from the moment this game started.
Let's head back down to Jadine.
Well, guys, I had a chance to listen in on the huddle and Coach Dom Starsia, and this is their strategy. He said, we want to keep the ball on this possession, run down the clock. He said, we want to just keep them running around, and then when we get down to 30 seconds, we'll call another timeout. He said, keep it on the outside and just hold on to the ball and keep them running.
Playing for the last shot with 2:30 to go. Now at 2 minutes, Virginia does not have to keep it in the offensive box because the score is tied. But the referees can say, hey, you're not going to the goal after about 45 seconds here, and force them to keep it in that quadrant. And that quadrant is this area right here, that box right there.
So we will have official judgment there.
You hear the officials talking amongst themselves?
Yep, now we got to keep it in. Got to stay in the box. It's out. Ball goes back to Hopkins. Under 2 to go. Fourth quarter and a thriller in the national semifinal. Drew Thompson, as the fans send down a chorus of boos. They want to see some action
I
here.
want to see lacrosse. Not
90
standing
seconds
around.
left. A great short stick defensive midi. Benson Irwin watches Thompson here. He and Rubier crisscross. And Virginia making really no effort.
And Hopkins making no effort to come out and press the matchup. Try to get the ball on the ground. So we'll just run back and forth for a while.
60 seconds left. Regulation. One team goes to Monday's final to take on Duke. One team goes home. Who's it going to be? Will Virginia attack or will they wait, as Janine said?
The Stars just sitting on Kevin O'Leary right now.
And there's the second and final timeout call by Dom Starsia. And Virginia, he has won 2 national championships at UVA. 99, 12-10 over Syracuse, and 0-3 over these Blue Jays of Hopkins. An absolute quagmire. Baltimore 9-7 in the finals. Hopkins has 1 play stoppage left.
Both teams will huddle up now, offensively and defensively.
Duke just rolled over Maryland in the first semifinal. A rematch of the ACC tournament title game won by the Terps 9-5. That was not the case today. Plenty of offense from the Devils. They've won 17 on the year now, and Virginia Hopkins, the winner, will take on the Blue Devils. Duke never into the national championship game, much less having won a title. So they make history in Durham, North Carolina today.
Very impressive in the way they steamrolled Maryland with their balanced offense. Coach Dave Petramala talking to his defensive core right there. His record in 1-goal games is terrific at Johns Hopkins. 19-4, Dave Petramala is in 1-goal games, including 10 of the last 11. And Hopkins is 8-2 in overtime since he's taken the helm.
This year they've had 3 overtime games, Quinn. March 18th up at the Carrier Dome, rallied down 7-1 to Syracuse, came all the way back and won that one on a Greg Pfizer goal in overtime. April 8th against Duke, double overtime. And then April 23rd against Navy, 9-8. They've had some really tight finishes and 3 overtime games without a blemish.
Virginia's last play, you got to think that Kyle Dixon or John Christmas would be the primary initiators. I expect Hopkins to double those 2 guys pretty quickly, so look for some ball movement. If you're Virginia, Hoskey and Ward are your best finishers. There's Kyle Dixon.
Drew Thompson with Rubier, Matt Ward, Christmas, Hoskey. "30 seconds. Thompson, left-hand cradle.
Against Harrison.
Against Kyle Harrison, what a matchup. It's Ward, can he get free for a shot? Matt Ward, battling, pulls a trigger, he scores! With 12 seconds left, Matt Ward does it for Virginia! His 4th of the day may send the Cavaliers to the title game.
How did Ward keep this stick in his pocket, leaning in, taking check after check? He wouldn't be denied. And then watch the bounce shot. He's doubled here. Hopkins sends 2 right there, but they don't finish him off. The bounce shot beats Schwartzman low. Ward's got 4. Want to take a defensive posture here for Virginia on this faceoff.
The junior attackman from Oakton, Virginia, has sent his state into a frenzy. Greg Pfizer, DeVilliers all over him. Pfizer wins it. 7 seconds. Pfizer charges. Byrne shoots. He scores! Jake Byrne scores for Hopkins! second left. Can you believe it? We are tied 8-8. Incredible. Wow.
Watch the clock. Pizer wins the draw quickly. DeVilliers ties him up a bit, and then this pass through the seam finds Byrne. 5-hole down low. Look how high on his arc Kip Turner is. Sudden victory.
1.4 seconds left on the Byrne tally.
Stick check potential here. Stick check.
Oh my.
Might as well.
Can this be happening?
Back out. Hey, 20.
Fans don't like it.
That's okay.
We're going to have a stick check.
Here, I'll hold that
Jake
for you.
Byrne, the goal will come off the board.
That's good, right?
Yes.
All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. This way? That's good.
Tape measure comes out.
Thanks, Luxie. That's good. That's good. And this is good at the top.
Yep.
Good.
Goal is good.
That's the ball.
Dom Starsia saw what Dave Urich did last week at Princeton. National quarterfinal. Bill McGlone had scored for Maryland and seemingly put the game away. Dave Urich at Georgetown, the stick check. McGlone's stick was illegal. Georgetown won in overtime. Byrne's stick is legal, and we're headed to overtime. Absolutely unbelievable finish. First Ward, then Byrne.
We're headed to sudden victory.
4 minutes up on the clock. And sudden victory. First goal will win it and get a spot in Monday's national championship game against Duke. Give incredible credit there, too, to Greg Pizer, who won that face-off. Took it all the way up and then through to Byrne. Pizer a battle. Ground ball loose. Timeout trying to get it. Virginia did get it. They got the timeout with the ball. Barely. And DeVilliers leaps into his pile of teammates.
Another big play
with a big
made
celebration
by Matt Wharton. Talk about the impact of strength. We saw it on his final goal, his ability to take the check, to take the body check, and then on that ground ball play, running through traffic and being strong.
Janine, we'll see how it plays out. Thompson triggers play here to Christmas. Sudden victory situation. Pinto on Christmas. Top of the box. Big Kyle Dixon free. Thought about a shot. We'll hang on to it. Every pass. Every move. So big. Ward free. A bouncer. Schwartzman saves it. It's airborne right in front of the cage. And Jesse Schwartzman has it for Hopkins. A big save.
Taking that one off the chest. Schwartzman behind the play pumps his fist.
Now it's Kyle Harrison. He'll call timeout. 10th save of the day for Schwartzman, leads the Jays to possession. And just as Dom Starsia did a moment ago, Dave Petramala calls timeout to set up the Hopkins offense. We are coming to you from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Semifinal number 2, a huge crowd today. They've endured a weather delay. We're now in a sudden victory overtime. Dave Quint, Janine with you. Johns Hopkins top seeded in the home whites. They'll have possession here. 1 goal wins it. And will send that victorious team to the final to play Duke on Monday. Janine, what's going on Hopkins sideline?
Well, Dave Petramala is telling these guys, remember, we're out of timeouts, but Virginia's out of timeouts too. Force their hand, we've got to get the slides. He said, get the slides going.
We'll watch it closely, Janine. LeSueur carries. Has Rabel. Has Byrne with him. LeSueur trying to get free. LeSueur still with it. Goes to the right-hand cradle.
Good defense by Morrissey. The shorty.
Kyle Berry. Now it's Kyle Harrison.
Culver Harrison.
What a matchup. Harrison a move, trying to get free. Shot Byrne just wide on a bouncer. And it's backed up by Hopkins. LeSueur has recovered from his ankle injury. Tells us he's back to 100%. Will he win it for Hopkins? To the cage, he shoots, save! What a stop by Turner. And again, Hopkins closest to it. Berry is going to waste no time. 17 saves in the game. Turner's been brilliant. On the doorstep, what a stop. LeSueur again. Byrne shot, never got through. Harrison free, shoots, save, Kip Turner. He robbed Harrison on an unbelievable stop. Now it's Smith, full head of steam. Here comes Virginia.
We'll play this one out without interruptions from the coaches.
No timeouts, 90 ticks left, first overtime. Sudden victory, folks, this is it. Dixon, at Posque, Dixon, to Posque, wide, shoots, just missed it, wide. Robier the backup, play resumes, fans on their feet here. Here's Christmas, top of the box. John Christmas. Dixon wide, shoots, save, Schwartzman. How about a big stop? Here's Rabel. Under a minute left. With Posque chasing him. Paul Rabel, it's unsettled.